It's the last week of October, and I just couldn't let the month end without talking about a Halloween movie I really enjoy and think is incredibly underrated, and that is Cirque du Freak, the Vampire's Assistant. A lot of people haven't really heard of this movie, and I was one of them. I didn't even know this movie existed until about 5 years ago when I was asking people on Facebook for Halloween movies to watch. And I think a big reason this movie didn't do well, even though it is very good, is it just wasn't marketed very well. This movie came out in 2009, and I don't remember seeing a single trailer, poster, or TV commercial for this movie. According to Box Office Mojo, the film had a budget of $40 million, and it only made $39 million worldwide, so it didn't even make its budget back, and it was only in theaters for 11 weeks. And I think another reason for that is because the studio released this Halloween-type movie in the last week of October, which deterred any repeat business because the second week of its run, the third week of its run, the fourth week of its run, which are super important to a movie, were in November, so people were done with Halloween by the time this would have gotten a lot of repeat business. So had the film been released in late September or early October and it had a much bigger marketing campaign, I think this would have done a lot better, because this movie is super fun. It's not a testament to the quality of the movie at all that it didn't do well. I think it was just released with poor timing, because this movie is one part Goosebumps and one part Lemony Snicket, with a great plot and fun characters. John C. Reilly steals the show as this vampire who owns a circus, and he shifts from being somewhat comedic to being dark, dramatic when he needs to be. And the film also has a lot of fun taking the vampire mythology and doing something different with it in a fresh way. Josh Hutcherson also shines with his performance, though he doesn't really get to show off until about halfway through the film. And this film's a little bit frustrating because it builds and it builds and it builds, and as soon as we get to the end of that third act, as soon as we get to that peak, it ends. It says come back for the next one, which we never got a next one, unfortunately. And I think it's high time this series gets a reboot, whether that be as a movie series or even as a TV series, because this is such a fun world to explore with lots of clever writing and fun characters. And I would like someone to take another crack at it and see where it goes. So I would say Cirque du Freak the Vampire Assistant for me gets an A-, a 9 out of 10, and a 4 out of 5 stars.